I better make sure I've got all the ingredients I'd want.
He knows what ingredients he wants.
Randall, is it hot in there? You look like you're sweating already.
The last thing I wanted to hear when we got our ingredient was Spencer to go, "Do we have bok choy?"
On this episode of Roasts, we're serving up a chunk of neck from a rutted up old buck. Dr. Randall goes traditional, while Trivia Master Spencer gets exotic. Will bland or spicy win today's matchup? Welcome to MeatEater Roasts, MeatEater's cooking competition that pits two ordinary wild game cooks against each other, while more seasoned wild game cooks and chefs harass and encourage their cooking. Contestant number one, 33 years old from Menno, South Dakota, standing 5'11" and 200 pounds, Spencer Newhart. Spencer has worked 5 years in a small town cafe kitchen and rates himself an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 as a cook. Contestant number two, 38 years old, hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio, 6'2", 250 pounds, Big Red Randy Rhonda Dr. Randall Williams. Randall has never worked in a professional kitchen, yet still rates himself a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. All right, let's meet our judges. Our first judge is Anna Borgman, owner of Chaos Farms in Montana's Jefferson Valley. Chaos Farms produces eggs and honey, rents out weed-eating goats, slaughters farm animals, and processes both farm and wild animals. Sitting next to Anna is our very own Maggie Hudlow, Director of Web Content at MeatEater. Randall and Spencer, are you guys ready to find out what mystery chunk of wild game you're going to be cooking today?
Yes.
I am.
Okay. Your challenge today will be to use a neck roast to prepare a meal in 2 hours.
What deer is this from?
This is from a whitetail buck that I killed. I think it was day or three or four of my hunt. I was back on the Oak Flat, which I loved to hunt, and he came right down the path that many of the deer do, and stops, takes 2 steps back, turns 90 degrees, and then walks right underneath my tree.
He wanted to be famous. He wanted to be on TV twice now.
People do anything.
And deer. Okay, you guys have 2 hours to cook something special up for the judges and I. You guys should get busy.
That looks like a neck roast.
Yeah, yours is kind of a little more chopped up. Yours is more contained in one piece. But yeah, I'd say I'd be happy to work with that piece of meat.
Exciting. That's what I'd say if I was yours. What are you gonna make? We got 2 hours. We can talk about it.
I don't know. I was going to look into some of those cookbooks back there for some inspiration. Maybe the MeatEater cookbook.
I don't need 2 hours.
I'll leave you. You don't?
No.
Ooh. Oh. Cocky and confident. Doesn't need 2 hours, he said.
I think I'll make pot stickers.
Whoa. What's a pot sticker, Randall?
I don't know. Thanks for having me.
Randall, is it hot in there? You look like you're sweating already.
I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Randall's doing exactly what I would be doing if I was in that situation.
Thank you.
I'd be panicking.
Let's go here. The last thing I wanted to hear when we got our ingredient was Spencer to go, "Do we have bok choy?" Because I'm 17 steps behind him.
Randall, you're also allowed to use the MeatEater.com where you can look up recipes by roast.
What better way to illustrate what an accessible meal that I'm making than to just rely on the website. This one said it'll be ready in 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, you can take recipes like that and then Instapot it.
That's a great point.
I'm excited to see Spencer do something other than braising because I end up with so many tough cuts of meat just as someone that does slaughter and processes meat a lot, and I just braise all of them, and I need some new ideas. So this is kind of exciting.
Well, I didn't say it was a good idea.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll see.
See, Spencer's taken the route of trimming all of the lovely silver skin and everything off. Are you going to use that in the recipe, or is that going to be discarded?
I'm going to give it to Randall, actually.
Put it in his Instapot.
Secret weapon right here. I'm gonna brown it on all sides and proceed from there. I just had to do something. I just had to get going. I'm suffering from little analysis paralysis at the outset, but now that something's doing something, I feel much better about my prospects here. I need to figure out what other ingredients I need.
What are you making, Randall?
I'm making a little pot roast.
There you go.
Some onions, carrots, potatoes.
How long will that take in an Instant Pot? Like an hour?
Oh, I don't think it'll take that. Oh yeah, it does say 70 minutes. Jesus. Thank God we've got 2 hours.
I agree. I was a little cocky at first, but I'm going to use all 2 hours.
I didn't read that far.
Now we're cooking. All right.
Cheers.
Good luck. That's why you film on a Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
It's like feels appropriate.
Thanks for supplying the beer, Gabby. Randall! Woo! Hot dog!
It's trying to help him.
I think you're right.
Oh. I put too much balsamic vinegar in there. So then I poured in too much red wine. And then I started the Instapot, but I thought I should add too much beef stock just so that everything was even. So I think we're going now, which is good because I need it in there for 70 minutes. But now I can turn my attention to the real stars of the show, these vegetables.
I'm going to need a food processor.
I just realized I was supposed to use a red onion instead of a white onion.
That don't matter. That's not going to be the like.
Then why do they?
What wins you or loses?
Why do they include it in the recipe then, Spencer? Won't be the fullest expression of my pot roast potential.
Is that the bypass?
Can you mix it all together?
Cook it a little bit.
So do you pause the Instapot and then add more stuff, or do you have to wait?
Oh, the herbs were supposed to go in there with the meat for all that time.
That checks out.
I bet it won't matter. I'm actually an herb skeptic.
What does that mean?
I mean, mostly in the form of garnishes. Like whenever there's a garnish to add to something, I don't really think it matters.
So you're
Okay,
skeptic
Randall.
of that the garnish is adding any sort of flavor to the dish.
Yeah.
If it's parsley, I can see that. Anything else, though?
I'm not a big, I don't think that cilantro really matters.
What?
Even Randall, who's only a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10 as a cook, I think his little dish is going to be quite delightful.
I think so too. I'm very impressed that Spencer saw that neck roast and thought, I'm gonna make dumplings.
These are my test dumplings. I'm going to make sure I like the flavors and the size that I'm making them before I whip up like 20 of them.
I'm trying to come up with a secret recipe, secret ingredient to take it up a notch.
I don't know. I just like
So I Googled weird things to put in pot roast that are still good. Little mustard, little horseradish, little pickles. I've been putting pickles and mustard on a lot of things lately that don't really deserve them. And it actually goes quite well. And horseradish is always good on stuff. I feel like there's not really a good way for me to compete with the pot stickers unless I go bold. So that's what I'm doing.
And Randall's trying to come up with a secret ingredient.
Special ingredient.
Oh, okay.
Yellow mustard and pickle.
Tell me what you thought of
like
that
it.
reaction.
I think they're skeptical, but they're intrigued.
These are my test dumplings.
Testers, he says. Testers.
Make sure I like all the flavors because it's not too late to change something with the filling before I make a batch of like 20 of them. So this should take me about 5 minutes to make these 3. I think I'm gonna learn some stuff after that.
They're both taking very different approaches. Randall is the hurry up and wait, and then Spencer's already testing some of his, I think.
A traditional pot sticker you add water to afterwards. So to get the other side browned, we're gonna add some water to the pan, that'll steam them, and then we'll finish cooking them right in the same pan.
Really?
I'm happy with that. That's everything cooked through. I'm happy with the texture of the wonton. You're kind of fighting, like, you got to get everything inside cooked. You want these to be like a crispy mess that tastes like a stale cracker. So I feel good about this so far. Randall, you want to taste?
Oh, I'd love a taste.
There you go. You can have that. I didn't. My mouth does not touch that.
Is this taunting me?
No. Maybe you'll cook. That's good. Now he's taunting me. Gonna be sick.
You might want to do something else with that.
I'm gonna add just a few more things. Just want a little more flavor, so I'm gonna add a little ginger. Yes. Added a little more cornstarch. Make this just a little less wet. Make it stick a little better.
So even you didn't like how it tasted.
Got some minor adjustments happening. I'm basically just making like a venison vegetable oriental meatball here. It's gonna go inside these wonton wrappers.
Anchovy risotto. Oh no. And you like didn't stir more than 5 times. It didn't turn out.
Giannis, do you mind telling me how much time we have left?
Yes, Randall, Spencer, you have 45 minutes left.
I got 23 minutes left on the Instapot.
Okay.
And,
You know, it takes a little time for it to get up to pressure.
Oh yeah, shit, you're right. 'cause
You
I
know
gotta
what? You
get it up to
could
pressure
decide
again.
to just roast some vegetables instead.
No, I'm gonna ride it out.
All right.
All in on the Instant Pot.
I think what I'm gonna do actually
Cool, Anna.
is
Yeah, I apologize.
I think I'm just gonna cut 10 minutes off my meat time.
Okay.
70 minutes seems way excessive.
You've gone from not wanting to take risks to now taking some pretty big risks.
I'm just working within the constraints of this program. There's not nearly as much moisture coming out of it as I would have liked to have seen.
Smells good.
Yeah, at first it just smelled like wine.
It smells like meat. I can smell meat.
I smell meat.
Oh yeah. It's a little firm, but you're close. You're close.
Just add my secret mixture. I mean, it's hard to see now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beets.
Randall and Spencer, you have 27 minutes.
We're throwing some olive oil and some toasted sesame oil in here.
Spencer's oil looks a little hot.
She is. Turned her down a little. All right, we've got sesame oil and olive oil in the pan. I'm only gonna flip these things one time. This is what I'm looking for. I want that golden brown. Takes probably like 3 minutes per side. Once I'm done with the other side, I'm gonna add some water to the pan. It's gonna give them some moisture, sort of steam them a little bit. And that's like how a true pot sticker is made. Pot stickers were an accident. Somebody was making dumplings once upon a time, and they overcooked them. They're like, what am I gonna do now? So they added some water to their pan, and it like gave them life again. So that's what a pot sticker is, because they like stick to the pot. So that's where the water comes into play.
My wife just texted me this picture of my dog. I'm gonna spend the next minute enjoying this and then go back to my food. You smell that?
You smell the mustard and the pickles.
Going over here to plate some of these.
4 minutes. Now, it looks like it's slicing pretty easy for Randall. Two minutes, Randall. 2 minutes. Smells very good.
I didn't pick the right dish. It's going to be sort of floating.
I'm honestly shocked.
Good shocked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is up. You've run out of time. Spencer, would you please bring over your fantastic looking meal?
Do you say that to every contestant? All right, we've got venison pot stickers here, and I don't think that you'll know that this is a venison neck roast when you bite into it. Now we've got 3 dipping sauces, a soy fish sauce, a spicy chili, and a sweet chili.
Looks great.
Oh, you're going fingers.
Oh yeah.
Fingers seem simpler.
Yeah, it's like a mini meal in a blanket. You would never know that we're eating the neck off of a ruddy buck right now.
Good.
No,
I think you could do this with almost any cut of a deer and most proteins. You could do this with fish. You could do this with turkey. You could do this with beef. You could do it with a white-tailed deer.
Well, thank you, Spencer. You can take your pot stickers, and we're going to bring in Randall next. Randall going the more traditional route.
Yes, this is an elevated pot roast.
Elevated.
I simply browned it in the Instapot and then cooked it in the Instapot for the better part of my 2-hour time limit. I think you'll find that much of it tastes the same as everything else on the plate, but I would recommend adding the horseradish for a little extra kick. Also, pick a potato that looks done. Like, if you have 4 potatoes on your plate, pick the one that looks the most done.
I think people would be surprised to know that this is a neck roast.
Yeah, Randall, the flavor's great.
No,
Thank you.
most of my potatoes are done.
Yeah, like I said, don't eat all of them.
I have one that is
Select
questionable.
They're a little toothsome.
You're at the al dente range of a roast, but it's perfectly servable.
That's what I was going for. Perfectly servable. So just on this line of unservable.
All right, fellas, we're gonna deliberate and do some real judging of you now. So you guys are gonna head off to Chili's office for 10 minutes.
I like this a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, same. Yep.
Well, I'm surprised how much like moisture the roast retained. Like it's really not too dry, and maybe that's because you spooned the sauce on top of it and sliced it thin. But this surprised me. This is what I expected. I was surprised by this because I had very low expectations for
Exactly.
Randall.
Well, we already talked about that. Randall set a very low bar,
He
set
did.
low expectations, and thought it'd be easy to beat him. So
I think for
he's
coming
playing
in,
us well.
He is.
yeah, in the time frame, he did it. I mean,
We set a beer drinking record this episode, though.
Yeah.
It's high stress environment.
Yeah, they pushed us to drink those beers, actually.
Yeah. I would have liked my dish to turn out better, but I didn't believe it would turn out better. So,
Hey, you don't have to explain it to me. I thought it was great.
They heard us giving us those venison roasts.
oh
2
yeah.
hours ain't enough.
Somebody got burger this week?
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh.
Yeah, our episodes are way better. We created a bigger spectrum of dishes.
I think this is going to be a 2-parter.
What's going on in Chili's office?
We're mostly judging your judging.
Oh, how do we do?
We'll find out.
See a couple clean plates here. That's good for me.
Clean Plate Club.
Oh, shit.
Okay, my thoughts before we get to our judges is that Randall, I think that you proved that it's hard to mess up a pot roast.
Thank you.
As much as you tried, you proved that it's hard to do it, you know?
I had heard that there wasn't much critiquing that's happened on this show yet.
And do you feel like we're doing it now?
Oh, keep going.
Wait till Maggie starts.
Okay, yeah.
He wasn't even allowed to write down what he thought of your dish.
Spencer, I really enjoyed your pot stickers, but I also felt like you would have made those pot stickers no matter what meat I gave you today. Is that true or not?
Yeah, there's probably some exceptions.
Did you have like another recipe in your mind?
Sure.
Maybe, or 2 or 3?
This is
Or
all
you're
I've
like,
thought about since you invited me.
Right.
So yeah,
Like, what am I going to do
had
to
ideas.
please the crowd?
I had ideas.
Yeah. The only other thing I would maybe discount you a little bit on is that you can kind of use any meat in there.
Sure.
And so when you take in like something beautiful like a neck roast, you know, that has all that nice silver skin and tendon in there that can make that meat more silky, you know, you didn't use that at all, right? So it's not like you're not shining a light on it.
Sure.
Where Randall's meal, you did do that a little bit.
Fair.
Anna, Maggie, who'd like to go first?
You did a great job. It was creative. It was something different. I didn't expect pot stickers to come out of a neck roast, which was cool to see. But I did have some issues.
Okay.
When you grabbed that toasted sesame oil and started frying the pot stickers in there, I wanted to scream at you because you should not fry in toasted sesame oil. It's not a high heat oil. So all of the good flavors that are in toasted sesame oil basically just evaporated.
Okay.
And I thought the meat mixture itself was a little bit lacking in flavor. I thought it could have used a little ginger, jalapeno, or cilantro, or toasted sesame oil.
Sure.
Would have been great in the mixture itself. But because you fried it in it, it kind of just turned it like greasy. Randall!
Are you enjoying this?
I'm trying so hard to be critical.
I know, I feel like you're really, go on, I'm sorry.
He needed this.
I like.
You guys asked for it. You guys came in here acting
Yeah.
like we're
I
not
like where that was.
Yes.
I like where that was headed.
Yeah.
Randall,
Yes.
you know, you set the bar low, you hopped over it. We didn't know what was gonna come out of the Instapot, and I was pleasantly surprised with the results. It was, you know, there were mushy potatoes, there were uncooked potatoes. The meat needed horseradish. The horseradish was a good addition though. You were successful in creating a pot roast.
Thank you.
Wow. A real Simon Cowell over there.
I don't know who that is.
Hard.
He's the American Idol judge who's like, you f***ing donkey, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
Maggie's playing her role well.
Now, so what role is Anna gonna?
Well, we'll see.
Take
I don't
now.
know.
I love neck meat. I like all the tough cuts, and I appreciate that you both, I think, did a really good job of at least making it approachable to someone who might not take neck meat out of the field, right? And whether they like a traditional pot roast or they like something a little different that kind of masks what the meat is, I'm always happy when I see something like this cooked in a way that I think someone would probably cut the neck off or at least pull the windpipe out and bring it out of the field.
So we are not going to have any surprises with the final score. There's not going to be a big upset today. Out of 120 possible points, Spencer came in at 86. Randall, you came in at 63. So Spencer, you are our winner today. Congratulations. So you get to choose where a $500 donation goes to conservation. You often get to say these words and don't so often get to decide where the donation goes. So
Okay.
what should we do?
We're going to send $500 to the North American Sturgeon and Paddlefish Society. They help fund and facilitate a lot of the research with those two specific species.
Thank you, Spencer and Randall, for playing. Thank you, ladies, for judging. You guys all did an excellent job today. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.
Opossum, we'd eat till it was a sin. Then, Lord, we eat more possum.